obviously pleased with the result. First and foremost, I thought we played a really good team, a very strong team. I watched them play on Saturday, and they're very effective at what they do. And we knew we had a bat on our hands, but really pleased with how we went about the job tonight. I thought we started well, which gave us a little boost, and then we took our the goals came at a good time. But pleased what we've done. Obviously we haven't played for 3 weeks, which has been hard, but one or two of them, I've documented one or two, we were carrying quite a few knocks, so they give them a chance to recover, and I think you saw that tonight.
I think one thing that stood out was the work rate of the side tonight. Every time that Farsley had the ball, there seemed to be a Kidderminster player on them. Is that something that you try to drill into them and impress into the team?
Yeah, it's one. That's how we want to play. We want to get on the front foot, but we haven't really been able to do as much work as that in the training, because obviously with pre-season stuff we had quite a lot of games. So it was nice to have the break, because when we got the bodies back in, we worked really hard in the 3 weeks we've had off, really hard. And I think you've seen tonight we had a snap to us, which was lacking in one or two of the games towards the end.
You brought in Ashley Hemmings on the 18-month deal, and it looks like maybe Kidderminster found a new favourite, because he was very impressive this evening. Yeah,
he's a player I tried to bring in early on in the season, but obviously the situation at the club didn't allow it. He's a player that I've obviously monitored for a while. He brings us quality. I think you've seen that. He gives us a difference. He's a ball carrier. And the main thing is obviously a new body coming through the door gives everybody a lift, and I think that was a big difference. Certainly when he walked in the training ground the other day, everybody knows he's a good player, because obviously when we played here against Altrincham he was arguably their best player, and it's nice to have him on board, and I hope they like him. It's the kind of signings that I've spoke to the owner, I want to bring those type of players in if possible. The owners have been really supportive at the moment of what we're trying to do. It's going to be a bit of a process, because we can't do it overnight, but we're trying, and I think you can see that's where I want to take the team, and that's with those kind of players playing that kind of football, and it will take its time, but we've got to do that in the season. So away we go, and that's I think you've seen the first of it tonight.
You mentioned the new owners, of course. Over the last couple of months that's been going on in the background. That's now finished. You've got clarity on that. How much of a relief was that's now been sorted, and the players must be really delighted that is now in the background?
Yeah, I don't think it's not the players really. They've just got on with what's been happening. I think the difference is, I think there's been a frustration with the supporters, and I think you could see that from the start of the season. It was something that was dragging on. It's something that it's going to happen, and they just want it done. And I'm really pleased that it is done, and pleased for everybody obviously concerned at the club, and pleased for the supporters, because hopefully now they'll see what we're trying to do. They see the players are they're working hard, they're giving their all. They want to take the club forward, and we all want to take the club forward, and the owner said it's a new start this, and we want it to be positive. I'm sick of the negativity, and today was a big positive. I thought the fans were great today. They got behind us, and it's what we want. And when with that support, you see the reaction in the players on the pitch. At the end it was tough, because they're a good side. They're big, they're physical, but we stood up to the challenge today. We didn't quite do that at Spennymoor. We lost the game in the last minute in very similar circumstances, but tonight we learnt from the Spennymoor experience, and we showed a lot of fight tonight, and that really pleased me.
And having had those 3.5 weeks off, you've now got 4 games in a quick succession. You've had tonight, you've got Kings Lynn here on Saturday, then Darlington, then York as well. So some tough games coming up, but you're going into them now in good form.
Well, I won't say good form. We haven't done I'd like to do a back-to-back. We haven't quite done a back-to-back yet, but I'd like to do that. Another home game on Saturday, but we know we've got 5 tough games coming up. Obviously tonight's being one of them, and we want to take as many points as we can. I think it's a good result tonight for us. Like I say, on the side that's in really good form. I think they've won the last 6 on the bounce, and you can see why, because they're strong. They're very effective at what they do. But when we can put our best side out, and I can put my best team out, we've won every game that I've had my best team, and I think that's the biggest positive for me. I know we're going in the right direction. We just need a little bit more in depth, which is what we're trying to do. But I don't want to just bring people in for the sake of bringing bodies in. I want the right ones, and I think, you know, if you see Ashley Hemmings' performance tonight, I think that's the right one for us, and that's the route we want to go, and that's what we're trying to do.